It's time to talk about Europe's lowest cost electric vehicle, the Dacia Spring. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. Welcome to all those new subscribers. It's been about 20,000 of you over the last month. Really great to have you here. I know a lot of you have come over from Sandy Munro's channel. Big shout out to Sandy Munro. By the way, Sandy, I've been watching your videos for years. Now I just want to let you know, you're probably wondering what's going on with the Vikings office here. He's at the beach. Well, I am at the beach. Yep, that picture behind me is the actual picture that somebody took right just from the street, just over here, of the beach. I'm at Narrowneck Beach in the Gold Coast, about to watch my boys compete in the national championships here for BMX racing. So wish me good luck, or wish them good luck, and I'll let you all know how they go. Now it's time to talk about the Dacia Spring, Europe's lowest cost electric car. Will it stay Europe's lowest cost electric car for long? Absolutely not. No, Chinese incumbents are coming soon and they will most certainly take that title. But this year, it's Europe's lowest cost electric car, and we need to talk about why and if it's actually any good. Now, the Driven.io reports that there are many cities in Europe that are difficult to drive in. I agree. I rode my bicycle all around Europe, which really sucked on the cobbled streets. But through much of Europe, there was a lot of really tight, small streets where, honestly, you probably wouldn't want to own a big car. Probably really struggle with something like a Ford F-150 pickup truck, or even just any kind of medium-sized vehicle could be hard to drive around in some of these tight cities. Now, driving in Amsterdam feels like playing a real-life game of Frogger, except you are the car, and the frog is a group of stoned tourists with the giggles. Now, for me personally, the most stressful experience that I had driving or riding anything was in Italy, where most drivers are on their phones. Seriously, the number of people on their phones over there is just a common thing. And I was hit while riding my bike by someone who opened their car door on me, just didn't pay any attention, and it was a pretty good hit. Now, it's not that people in Italy or people in Europe are actually bad drivers. In fact, they're actually pretty damn good. They have a lot of confidence though, maybe overconfidence in their driving abilities while using their mobile phones. And part of this confidence is born out of a lifetime negotiating laneless anarchy of Parisian or Italian traffic. Now, this inspires them to go for gaps only millimeters bigger than the width of their own car, at speed, while beeping at you. The point is, driving in Europe is stressful. So a smaller car, and an electric one at that, which has instant acceleration, like when you press the throttle down and you feel that go straight away, so you can get into gaps quicker, would definitely be an advantage in Europe. Now, the Dacia Spring is actually surprisingly affordable in Europe. For example, thanks to generous government grants, French residents can get one for 12,500 euros. That's about less than 15,000 US dollars. However way you look at that, that is an affordable car. I mean, that's about the price of Toyota Corolla. Now, that said, it is a pretty basic car. The steering wheel comes with fake buttons that once served various functions in whichever other Dacia model it's been yanked off. Now, obviously, these Dacia vehicles are not built up from the ground as an electric vehicle. They're basically taking an ICE vehicle, just turning it into an electric one. It's pretty underpowered as well. The single motor is about as powerful as my electric scooter. And the interior, it's pretty scratchy and it's not all that special. But amongst a sea of, well, mostly overpriced electric vehicles, it's something that I think we can all get behind. Now, if this whole electric car thing is going to continue to build momentum the way it has been this year in an incredible way, then obviously we need affordable, cheap electric cars to make that continue to roll on. Now, there's really only one big downside to the Dacia Spring. It has the same problem as the Renault Zoe, which is the most unsafe electric car ever tested in Europe. I'll put a link in the description below to that video I made. If you're thinking of buying a Renault Zoe, you probably should check out that video first. Now, the Dacia Spring is actually based largely on Renault's China-made city KZE car, and whilst it made it to number 2 on October's EV sales race in France, something came up which was a bit of a disappointment, which also may dampen people's appetite for buying these vehicles. Now, unlike the Renault Zoe, which scored 0 stars on the NCAP safety test, the Dacia Spring scored 1 star, but it was still slammed by the safety body just months after it was shortlisted for the Auto Best 2022 Best Buy Car Europe from 2022 final. Now, describing Dacia as masters of frugal engineering, the safety body also criticized the Spring for its lack of lane assistance systems and emergency braking. Personally, I don't think not having lane emergency assistance should mean the score is downgraded. If you can't actually look to see if you need to change lanes, you probably should not be driving. Now, it also lost points for a lack of visibility of ISOFIX child restraint anchorages, although they are present. And I don't think you should be docked points for not making them perfectly visible. I mean, that's something you should be able to work out if you're an owner. Now, apparently adult occupants are at risk because of the high forces needed to open the doors after an impact. Only a few months ago, Dacia claimed that they were preoccupied with always increasing safety for those on board, and that their cars always have passenger safety improved, said the writer of the article talking about the safety issues with this car. That's clearly not the case. And not only do these cars fail to offer any appreciable active safety as standard, but their occupant protection is also worse than any vehicle we have seen in many years. He goes on to say, I think maybe he's overdoing it here, it is cynical to offer the consumer an affordable green car if it comes at the price of higher injury risk and in the event of an accident. Now, there's actually reports that Dacia may enter the market in a number of other countries worldwide to sell the Dacia Spring, including Australia. So do I think the Dacia Spring is a bad car or a good car? You know what? Honestly, I think that if you can't afford a better EV, then it's probably going to be a pretty good car. You know why I say that? Because back in 2016, this car would have scored 5 stars on the NCAP safety test. Have things really changed that much in 5 years that a car that scored 5 stars in 2016 is now a 1-star car? I'm not convinced that that's true. I think that now the safety tests have changed so much that if you don't have all the advanced driver system aids, you can go from 5 stars to 1, and that to me is maybe not the best measurement for assessing the objective performance of a car. However, I'm just making this point that you should definitely consider this issue, this safety issue, if you're going to buy one of these cars. Would I buy one myself? Actually, I probably would. I quite like them. I like the fact that they're affordable. I like the fact that they're not trying to be something fancy. I like the fact that they're getting people into electric cars. The other thing to consider is that it's no doubt safer than a bicycle, a motorbike, an electric scooter, or an electric skateboard, or all the other things you see on the roads these days that people are using all the time. So there's also that to consider. Now, the Dacia Spring, is it a bit budget? Is it a bit lacking in some certain safety features? Yes. Does it have a whole lot of charm as well? It most certainly does. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've learned something here. I look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Bye-bye.